Welcome to the Maryland Mortgage Rate Weekly Mortgage Market Update for the week of December 8th, 2014. Hello, I'm John Thomas with Primary Residential Mortgage, here to give you an update. Well, last week was not kind to Maryland mortgage rates. Mortgage rates did move higher. If you take a look at the bond chart on the screen, you can see the trend had been for bonds to move higher and move Maryland rates lower. But then on Monday, we tested the ceiling of resistance. You see the red candle, and we returned lower, so bonds sold off, continued to sell off during the week, and then big drop on Friday, big red candle there after the release of the jobs report. But if you look, there's a long red tail down, so it broke through resistance and then recovered and closed above support on Friday. So since the bond was able to rally back and close above support, we're going to recommend cautiously floating your Maryland mortgage rate to start the week to see if mortgage bonds can bounce off support and again move higher, which would move Maryland interest rates lower. Now, if we dig into the economic news, the big report last week was the November 2014 jobs report released by the Labor Department on Friday. That was a shocker. We saw 331,000 jobs created for November. That's well above the 230,000 expected. They also revised October and September higher by 44,000 jobs between the two of them. The unemployment rate stayed the same at 5.8%. November was the 10th consecutive month that we had 200,000 plus jobs created. That hasn't happened since 1994. The labor force participation rate stayed the same at 62.8%. And the big one, the U6, which measures total unemployment, dropped from 11.5 to 11.4%. And that's down from 13.2% year over year. So all in all, very, very good report on the jobs. Shows a very strong labor market. We'll have to see if that continues. And then we saw weekly initial jobless claims on Thursday. Jobless claims came out at 297,000 claims, dropped 17,000 from the previous week, and dropped below 300,000, which is an important number. So we'll have to see if it can stay below 300,000. That will be very good news for the labor market as well. And then in housing news, CoreLogic released their national foreclosure report for October 2014. It showed foreclosures continue to improve. We were down from 924,000 foreclosures October 2013 to only 605,000 foreclosures for October 2014 on a year-over-year basis. So that was a drop of almost 35% year-over-year. That is huge. And then in terms of foreclosure inventory, it dropped from 2.3% last year to only 1.6% of all homes with mortgages in 2014. So very good news on the housing front there. And then CoreLogic released their home price index for October 2014. It showed home prices increased by 6.1% year over year for October 2014, up from 5.6% for September 2014. This shows the 7th month slowdown in the housing market has stopped and looks like it's starting to improve. So we'll have to see if that continues. Now in the local, and then in other housing news, FHA released their loan limits for 2015. So for Maryland FHA loan limits, we had 7 counties increase the maximum loan limit for a 1-unit, 2-unit, 3-unit, 4-unit. Those 7 counties were Anne Arundel, Baltimore County, Carroll County, Hartford County, Howard County, Queen Anne's County, and Baltimore City. All of those increased their maximum FHA loan amount. In the blog, there's a link to an article that talks about the increase and what all of the FHA loan limits will be in Maryland for 2015, so you can check all those out there by county. In the local news, the next free first-time homebuyer seminar is coming up this Saturday, December 13th in Frederick, Maryland at the Hampton Inn from 10 a.m. to noon. And then the next one in Laurel is Wednesday, December 17th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., and that is at the North Laurel Community Center. And then the next one in Towson, Maryland is Saturday, December 20th from 10 a.m. to noon at the Sheraton Baltimore North Hotel. And you can register for either one of those events by giving us a call in the office at 410-412-3319 or online, www.marylandhomebuyerseminars.com. Look forward to seeing you guys next week.